There are things that Jesus has done for me that money cannot buy. Hey. I don't know whether people have ever been face to face with Satan, and you're face to face with Satan every single day. And you wake up being tormented and harassed, confused, sick, lost, all by yourself on an island called America. No sister, no brother, no mother. And yet you know deep on the inside of you that you got Jesus, that you got God, and that God is almighty, and that God is great. That God is so great that if He says, Rachel, tomorrow you're going to be with my children, I'll be. That when God says, Rachel, I'm giving you a mansion in Texas, He can do it. Rachel, today. Why? He's a great king. But I'm going to tell you this. When Jesus was on that cross, the one that we worship right now, He was on that cross, stripped naked, scourged, beaten, bleeding, and nobody that even wanted to get a drink, just a drop of water. But He could not even get that drop of water on His tongue. And they gave Him rotten wine. A man, while they were on the cross, there were 3 men. There was a man that told him, I'll see you in paradise. He recognized that Jesus was king. But the other one was like, if you are son of man, bring yourself down from this cross. Nada, perhaps nothing happened. But at the right time, the earth shook. The clouds became dark. Stones began to rage. The power of God and the wrath of God, as He was planning to resurrect His Son, was aroused. He gave in His soul. Yes, He was buried, but He was resurrected from the dead in power. That evidence is there that our Master resurrected from the dead. Not only that, His name right now is who is healing the sick? Jesus. Who is redeeming people from cancer? Jesus. A woman, Joyce Meyer, said, God's timing. Yes. You are the way you are, not because you are a loser. You are the way you are, not because Jesus has failed you. You are the way you are, not because God has failed you. You are the way you are, not because you're stupid or dumb. Yes, you don't own that mansion. You really need that mansion, but you don't have it yet. It doesn't mean Jesus is stupid and that God is weak. It doesn't mean you're not anointed. It doesn't mean that your Jesus doesn't do miracles. I tell you again, my friend asked me a question. If you say that Jesus is a miracle worker, then why don't you have your car? Then why don't you? So, most people, our minds are focused on things of the flesh. But deep inside your heart, you know what God has done for you. That you know, you have seen a line of people go, but you're still alive. You have seen the rich buried, but you're still alive. That's why I tell people there are some things I've learned in life. There's a time I was a millionaire, going to church, in the world, focusing on the flesh. When I went to Mr. Benny Hinn's crusade in Uganda, Kampala, I was the last in my office. Those days I drove a Vitz. I used to like my car because it had a unique color. Like everywhere I was, like you just notice and say, oh, that is Rachel. But I was the last person to leave my office. Those days I was planning to buy a building in Kampala. I had bought my home. I had completed building my mother's house, not a mansion. And there's a story to that, because truth of the matter is, my mother was a single mom who was kicked out of her father's house, and we became very poor. And I asked Jesus, make me rich, give me money. Yes, He did it. But when the Lord gave me money, I went back to the world. And that is where I died. And so, in the world, with all that money, with so many friends of the world, even in church, my friends were of the world. I used to focus on money. I used to focus on things. How much money am I going to make this week? How many banks am I going to go today? What food am I going to eat? Where am I going to eat? But let me tell you something. Every single day, my soul was dead in hell. My soul was dead in the world. My soul was dead with Satan. But listen, when I got to Benny Hinn's crusade, I saw a lot. But my mind was focused on what? Miracles. I was focused on money. Money is not bad. But if your heart, if you're so greedy for money that you cannot even sense the presence, you cannot even sense the presence of Jesus, I'm not saying that is the way I used to live. However, I knew that I loved Jesus. I knew that I loved the presence of the Lord. That one time a rich man told me, he said, Rachel, Jesus is a mere man. And he told me, I'm going to be your God. He was too rich. He was very rich. You know, at my age, like 10 years ago, now we are in 2024, if someone signs $1 million check, now that is money. If someone owns houses in America, now that is money. That's money. If someone owns a farm that has over, I don't even know how many cattle he had, the guy was rich. But I never chose money. Jesus was with me. So today, if I'm in a place where I don't have because Jesus is doing great things for me and my children's children. I don't have what I have, not because Jesus doesn't have, but there are so many great things He's doing in my life that I cannot even comprehend. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the way you are not because God has failed, but you are the way you are because there is what they call God's timing. In His timing, your season is coming. In His timing, you'll get everything you need. Just continue to love the Lord. Just continue serving Jesus. Even when you feel shamed, even when you feel confused, even when you feel you're nobody, continue to love the Lord. I worship the Lord thy God, Him alone I'll serve. The level at which the enemy tempted me was huge. I've never even seen it in the Bible. Sleepless nights, pain, this and that. God is still God. I told you Jesus would have brought Himself down from that cross because He had power. He was doing miracles. He was gathering multitudes of people doing miracles, healing the sick. I'm going to tell you, on that day, at that moment, God did not do anything. He waited. God is God. Wait. Don't give up. Don't hate nobody. Keep on smiling. Keep on loving because God is good. I love when the Lord humbles me. I want to humble myself before the mighty hand of the Lord because in this season, He exalts me.